Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, our mission is pretty focused. We're diving into that source material you share, the proven guide to attracting abundance and opportunities. We really want to pull out the practical stuff, how to actually manifest wealth and maybe land that dream career.
Absolutely. And look, if there's one core message in this guide, it's this. Stop wishing and start mastering your internal state. The guide is, well, pretty clear that real mastery isn't about just like doing the techniques. It's about transforming your mindset, getting your energy right before any of that stuff, the visualization or goals, will actually stick. It's step zero.
Okay, that hits on something big right away. That feeling people get. They're doing the steps, ticking the boxes, but nothing seems to shift. All right, let's unpack this. We've got a plan today. 3 main pillars from the guide. First, getting that energetic foundation solid, dealing with resistance. Second, using the tools, clarity, affirmations, scripting, the powerful stuff. And third, the bit nobody likes to talk about sometimes, taking consistent, inspired action.
Right. And we kind of have to start with the difference between the law of attraction and the law of vibration. People mix these up. We all hear law of attraction like attracts like, simple enough. But the source points out people focus too much on attracting things, the money, the job, when really the law of vibration is, let's say, the accelerator.
Interesting. So it's less, I need to attract more money and more. I need to shift my own vibration to match someone who already has that money.
Exactly that. Everything's energy. And success means you need to align with the frequency of what you want now, not later. The guide gets specific here. High vibrations are things like joy, love, peace, and gratitude. That one's huge. Low vibrations, fear, doubt, scarcity thinking, if that's your default, well, the universe just reflects that back no matter how much you visualize a Porsche.
And this is where career and money really link up in the guide, which I found fascinating. It's not just get rich. It suggests real financial fulfillment comes from doing work that actually means something to you.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, that kind of career success, the kind that really grows, well, it happens more easily when you're not constantly stressed about money, right? When you feel secure enough to take smart risks.
They're totally intertwined. It kind of flips the whole hustle culture thing on its head. But the biggest roadblock, the thing that stops this alignment, limiting beliefs, these deep subconscious scripts just running on autopilot. Things like, oh, money's really hard to earn, or I'm just not good with numbers, or even rich people must be greedy. These aren't thoughts you necessarily choose to think. They're like background noise stopping the signal.
Okay, so if someone's hearing this and thinking, yeah, that sounds like me, what's the fix? The guide offers a 3-step process. It's a bit more nuanced than just think positive. Step 1 is obvious. Awareness. You got to spot the negative thought first. But steps 2 and 3 are where the work is. Step 2, challenge it. Like, really question if it's true. Search for proof it's not true.
That's the key bit right there, the evidence gathering. If your belief is, I don't deserve success, the guide says, okay, list 3 things right now, even tiny things you did recently, that showed strength or competence. It forces your logical brain to argue with the fear.
And then step 3 is the reframe. Swapping the old thought for a new, empowering one. So instead of money is hard work, maybe something like, I'm learning to attract wealth easily by using my unique talents. And because you did step 2, the evidence part, this reframe feels, well, less like wishful thinking and more like something you're actively building towards.
Right.
You've laid the energetic groundwork. Now let's talk tools. The guide is really strong on clarity. It says vague intentions like, I want a better job, are basically useless. Your brain or the universe just can't lock onto that.
Yeah, vague doesn't cut it. And the guide pushes specificity beyond just, say, a salary number. It wants you to link the goal to a discipline. So not just, I want to earn 150K. It's more like, I will earn 150K this year by landing and nailing 3 specific high-value projects, and I'll spend an hour daily mastering client outreach.
Yeah, see?
It's about deciding to manage the success, not just wishing for it.
I like that. Takes the hope out and puts the do in. Which leads us nicely to affirmations. Positive self-talk. The source is clear. They need to be positive, present tense, emotionally charged.
Yeah.
But what about that feeling when you say, I am a successful CEO, and, well, you're currently not? It can feel fake.
That's a huge point. The guide calls it emotional congruence. If the affirmation feels like a lie, it creates dissonance, lowers your vibration, counterproductive. The trick, find an affirmation that's just a small step ahead of where you are now. So if I am successful feels wrong, maybe try. I am actively building the skills for massive success, or I am capable of reaching my biggest goals.
That shift from I am to I am building or I am capable,
Yeah.
that feels much more doable, especially for career stuff. You could focus on things you can believe now, like I am a strong communicator or my team respects my input. And doing those daily, maybe morning and night, that starts to rewire things subconsciously.
Exactly, and that flows perfectly into visualization. This one actually has some science behind it related to the reticular activating system, the RAS.
Okay, let's break that down a bit. The RAS, that's like the brain's filter, right? If you're always worried about danger, it shows you danger everywhere.
Precisely. So when you visualize success vividly and repeatedly, you're essentially telling your RAS, hey, this is important now, show me things related to this.
Yeah.
It starts filtering out the noise and highlighting opportunities aligned with your focus. Suddenly you notice that LinkedIn connection or overhear a conversation you would have missed before because your RAS is tuned to that frequency of opportunity.
So the visualization can't be passive. The mental movie idea in the guide. It says engage all the senses. Don't just see the success, like feel the confidence, hear the positive feedback, maybe even smell the coffee in your new corner office. Really live it. The vision boards can help, sure, but only if they trigger that full sensory immersion.
And for those wanting to go deeper, there's scripting. This is more than journaling. It's like writing your future history, but in the present tense. You're describing your ideal reality as if it's happening right now.
Okay, give us a quick example. How would someone actually do that?
You take maybe 10, 15 minutes and write about your day, let's say 6 months from now. Something like, it's April, and I'm feeling fantastic in my role as lead project manager. Just got praised for the successful launch. Feeling so proud and financially secure looking at my investment portfolio grow, you capture the details, the feelings, the everyday reality of it, as if it's already your normal.
Fantastic. Okay, mindset's adjusted. We've got the internal tools sharpened. But the guide doesn't just let you sit back and wait, does it? Now we hit the crucial part. Taking inspired action.
This is the make or break for a lot of people. They think manifestation is like, I don't know, magic beans. The guide hammers this home. You need patience, belief, persistence, and consistent smart action. And there's a key difference between hustle and inspired action. Hustle often feels forced, draining. Inspired action, it feels natural, energizing, because it's coming from that aligned place.
We need some concrete examples, though. What does inspired action look like for career or wealth? It's not just apply for 100 jobs online, I assume.
Definitely not. For a career, maybe it's committing to one high-impact networking conversation a win, not just random coffee chats. For wealth, maybe it's dedicating 30 minutes every Sunday to really understand one type of investment, instead of just worrying about market news. The source mentions something like the 1% rule, just aim to get 1% better at one key skill each day. That consistency adds up incredibly fast, builds real momentum.
And the guide links celebrating wins to that momentum, right?
Yeah.
Even small ones. Acknowledging you closed a tricky deal or saved a bit extra, it reinforces the positive cycle. Tells your brain, see, it's working.
And to keep that momentum, keep that high frequency going, you need gratitude. The guide treats this very tactically, not just as a nice feeling. Gratitude is maybe the fastest way to shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It instantly changes your state.
What are some practical ways to do that? Not just, feeling vaguely thankful.
The Morning Gratitude Journal is a classic for a reason. Lists 3 specific things, not just my family, but the way my daughter laughed this morning and why you're grateful sets the tone. Another one is a gratitude walk. Spend 10 minutes just walking and consciously noticing, maybe even saying out loud, things you appreciate. The sunshine, your comfortable shoes, whatever. Sounds simple, but it works.
Okay, but life happens. Alignment isn't always smooth sailing. We have to talk about doubts, setbacks. A project fails, an interview doesn't pan out. It's so easy to slide back into those old negative beliefs. How does the guide suggest handling that?
It frames it completely differently. A setback isn't a failure, it's a redirection. A delay isn't a denial. The guide suggests adopting a perspective of divine timing or maybe just preparation. Maybe the setback means you weren't quite ready or perhaps a better opportunity is coming, but you needed this pause to learn something first.
That's a powerful reframe. So instead of, why me, what's the immediate action plan when doubt creeps in? The guide had a specific strategy.
Yes, a 3-question counterattack, essentially. First, what specific lesson did I need to learn from this experience? Get curious. Second, what better opportunity might this delay be making space for? Look for the potential upside. And third, what new affirmation can I create right now to counter the fear this setback triggered? Actively fight back with a positive, future-focused thought. You turn the obstacle into fuel.
That's resilience made practical.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The foundational mindset shift, that energetic alignment, the tools. Clarity, affirmations, visualization, scripting, and finally, the crucial role of inspired action, gratitude, and bouncing back from setbacks. It really seems the power to create that abundant life starts inside by aligning who you are with what you want to experience.
Exactly. And the ultimate goal here, the real abundance the guide points to, isn't just the money or the job title. It's about living in that state of continuous alignment. It's about making mindset management a daily practice, embracing the journey with purpose, with satisfaction, that sustained high frequency. That's what draws lasting prosperity to you.
So here's something really interesting for you to chew on. If you truly believed, starting right now, that your ideal life is already unfolding perfectly, what's one small, maybe even joyful action you could take today? It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe 5 minutes prepping something, sending one appreciative note. An action that proves just to yourself that you trust the process is already working. Thank you for diving deep with us today, exploring this guide. We hope this gives you a clearer roadmap, not just to manifest your dreams, but maybe, just maybe, to start living them a little more fully right now.
To know more about Manifest Wealth and your dream career, click the below link to get the book. Subscribe us to get more content like this.